I am Megan.
And I am Christy.
And we are sick of the rumors.
Sick of them.
Sick of them.
The list goes on and on and on.
We are Homebrew
Murder Crew. I don't know if it's going to pick up our heavy breathing or not. I really hope so too. Hey, just a reminder, you can find us on YouTube. We're at Homebrew Murder Crew on YouTube, and you can watch our videos, and this might make more sense.
Absolutely.
But other than that, we're not going to say anything.
No, we're not.
So you're going to have to check us out on YouTube if that all seems strange to you and you want to know what the fuck are these women up to.
Yeah. No good. That's what we're up to.
Yeah.
We're always up to no good, you guys.
Yeah. So I have something to share with you.
Oh,
I've floating hair here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Like
So my
ghost.
mom texted me yesterday and she's like, oh, this girl at work found out that she's like really into true crime podcasts. She's like, so then I told her about your podcast, and then she started listening from the very beginning, and she loves it, and she thinks you guys are so funny. So shout out to you, whatever your name is, who works with my mom.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So when you get to this episode,
oh my God, you know what? Like, we do this purely out of just love and just like a shared passion for true crime and catching killers and stuff like that, and all the forensics and stuff. Yeah. So like my stepdaughter came home from a sleepover the other day. It was like, I told my friend's mom all about your podcast and she's following you now. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
I know.
I don't know your friend's mom.
Em's like,
she's not going to let you come over here anymore.
Em's like, I wonder if any of my friends' moms have a podcast. And I'm like, well, I only know of 2 Okotoks podcasts. So,
yeah.
Which the other one is the Okotoks podcast.
Yeah.
So
you know what? They actually just did a episode about dog park etiquette with, I'm sorry, they just changed the name of their organization, but my kid's bio mom works for volunteers with them. So I'm going to give them a quick shout out. Sorry, they changed the name, so I just want to make sure I get it right. They are Sheep River Dog Rescue in Okotoks. So shout out to them.
What did they used to be called?
Moe's Dog Rescue.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they used to be Moe's and they just changed to Sheep River.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Also, Megan looks like Zach Bagans right now.
I do.
It is the glasses.
I never used to believe in the paranormal.
Until I came face to face with one.
I don't remember the intro. So me and my friend Christy started a true crime podcast.
We do look like we could legit be ghost hunters right now, though. Too.
I'm gonna dress like this when we do our ghost hunting tour. I'm gonna wear this exact outfit.
You look like Zach Bagans. I sort of fucking got. You need to be Zach Bagans for Halloween.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. Get the little goatee.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, and some muscles.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, guys. I'm gonna do Zach Bagans.
Maybe one year when we do the haunted or the train of terror, we should do Zach Bagans.
And we should like carry the ghost equipment with us. So like, we should do it. We should. We're gonna do it
because if you don't know, we did for the first year ever last year. We did the train of terror at Aspen Crossing here in our area, and it was incredible. And our theme was salad fingers and his rusty spoon.
Yes.
I was salad fingers. Megan was the beautiful rusty spoon. And it was, people loved our costume. And
you'll have to follow us for
there's no spoilers for this year.
Can we get that?
Yeah.
We started planning it like immediately after the first one.
Which I did want to mention to you. I did find what we need on Amazon fairly cheap for
Oh,
the top.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because I'm like, I don't know if I can crochet that in this amount of time.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. You just send me the link. And
I will.
Awesome. Okay.
Anyways.
So I just have one local true crime.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I just got to mention it just really quickly. But some asshat of a father murdered his 2 children and left them in a car in a residential neighborhood for strangers to find. And that case is developing, but it's fucking terrible.
The latest I've heard is that he actually called the cops on himself.
Yeah, he
gave his location and everything.
Turned himself in.
Yeah.
But I guess it was him and his previously common law partner separated after such 6 years or whatever. They had 2 children, 2 young children under the age of like 5 and under. That
one was 3, one was 5, I think.
Yeah. That he had picked up for his hour or a couple of hours with them one night and never came back or didn't come back. And then I guess he had driven out of town, murdered the kids, brought them back, and then like left them in his parked car on a street
and
somewhere.
Mom, because she was actually in the midst of a court battle for full custody.
Yeah.
And I think she maybe called the police because they never came home when they at their like scheduled time.
Yeah.
To tell them that they're missing.
She was at the courthouse because she's in the process of
doing and that's when she got the call.
And then she got told at the courthouse that it was for children. And somebody had posted, I don't know, could be a rumor, but somebody had posted they were at the courthouse that day, and all they heard was like some woman screaming, like, "I told you this would happen," or something. And like, a
tale as old as time, unfortunately, you know.
That really brings up a huge flaw in the justice system here in Canada, where he had history of domestic violence against his partner, but because it was never against the children or reported against the children, he still got visitation rights of his children. And look where that got us, but not us, but this poor family. My heart is so broken. But that's probably the one and only time that we're going to mention this. We'll probably mention what he's sentenced to, because it'll probably be grossly short term of prison time. Yep. But he is being charged for first-degree murder. 2 counts of first-degree murder.
It's like it's if I can't have them, nobody can. Mentality, which is just disgusting.
Terrible. Terrible.
So
that happened this week, and that was, that's one of those things that like the entire city and surrounding places like Okotoks are heavily affected by. Like, just hearing about that just really fucks you up.
Yeah. Leave the fucking kids alone, man.
Yeah. But so that's all we have for. I know we don't really do the true crime news anymore, but I thought it was important to bring that up, because it does bring up a very important topic of the justice system and separation and the domestic violence courts and stuff, and their lack of severe punishment for that kind of shit. Because you hear about this all the time, and yet he was still able to take his kids by himself, not even with supervision, and take them away from his former partner and their mother.
Yeah, violated a bunch of shit there, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, it's very devastating. And our hearts are with the family, that's for sure. But we digress. And I think that's all that we have for true crime news.
I ain't got nothing. I'm also like, I'm dead tired. So everybody, so if my responses are slow or I seem muted, I just spent the day with 16 children at my son's birthday party at the Flying Squirrel Trampoline Park.
That's crazy. You're crazy. I couldn't believe it when I got here and you were still like willing to record. But that's okay. This is a Megan special, so you can just sit back and listen.
Let's do it.
So you look right in the camera. Fuck. Anyways, today, I'm going to be talking about the homicide of Terry Leanne Missy Bevers on April 18th, 2016. that was only 10 years ago. Her murder is one of the most complex and strategically confounding unsolved cases in contemporary North Texas, occurring within the secure confines of the Creekside Church of Christ in Midlothian. The crime was characterized by a level of premeditation and theatricality that has challenged investigative norms for a decade. So, to start this case, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about who Terry Leanne was. Terry Leanne Strickland, known through her adult life as Missy Bevers, so we're going to henceforth refer to her as Missy, was born on August 9th, 1970 in Graham, Texas. Her upbringing in Texas landscape shaped a persona defined by community involvement and professional dedication. Before her prominence in the fitness industry, Missy was a dedicated public school teacher. Specifically, she worked with children with special needs, a role that requires high emotional intelligence, patience, and protective instincts.
Fuck yes. Good for you, girl.
Missy eventually pivoted towards her passion for health and physical wellness, becoming a certified fitness instructor for Camp Gladiator, where she led a boot camp style workout session that were more than mere exercise classes. They were a social hub in the Midlothian and Red Oak communities. Midlothian and Red Oak communities. Missy was known for her ability to inspire life-changing attitudes toward health and self-image, making her a highly visible and respected figure. This visibility, while professionally beneficial, also necessitated a robust social media presence, where she frequently shared her location, schedules, and personal updates. Missy married Brandon Bevers in 1998, and the couple resided in Red Oak, Texas.
Sorry, dog.
They had 3 daughters. The family was integrated.
We're all tired here.
Integrated into the local culture, attending the Cowboy Church in Midlothian for 15 years. Brandon Bevers often described his wife as a godly woman who was passionate about her family and her work. Despite this outward appearance, however, of stability, subsequent investigation warrants revealed that the household was navigating significant stressors. Documents filed by the Midlothian Police Department indicated that the couple was experiencing ongoing financial and marital struggles. These stressors included intimate relationships external of the marriage. As evidenced by recovered and deleted text messages. Such domestic complexities are critical in homicide investigations, of course, as they often expand the pool of potential motives beyond random acts of violence. The days and hours preceding the homicide were marked by a specific logistical decision and meteorological events that significantly influenced the crime's setting.
Meteorological. So was it raining? We have lots of evidence and stuff like that.
No. So typically Missy conducted her early morning Camp Gladiator sessions in her church's parking lot. However, on the evening of Sunday, April 17th, 2016, the forecast predicted heavy thunderstorms and terrible weather for the following morning. In response, Missy communicated with her students via social media, of course, informing them that the 5 a.m. Are you insane? Session would be moved inside the Creekside Church of Christ. This move to an indoor setting is a pivotal detail. It altered the kill zone for an open public parking lot to a confined interior space with limited entry and exit points. It also suggests that if the attack was targeted, the perpetrator either possessed the foresight to anticipate the shift or was monitoring Missy's digital communications in real time to adjust their tactics. So during the pre-dawn hours of Monday, April 18th, 2016, Midlothian was indeed besieged by heavy thunderstorms. This weather served two tactical advantages for a perpetrator. It provided auditory coverage for breaking glass or other structural insertions, and it ensured that the surrounding area would be largely devoid of witnesses, such as early morning joggers, which kudos to you guys, because 5 a.m. This is prior to 5 a.m. too. Whew.
I can't trust anybody that runs. Bitch, why are you running?
Anybody that runs.
Why are you running from?
Or anybody that runs at 5 a.m. Like, what?
I wish I could get up early.
Sleeping. I know.
I wish I could be that person.
I know.
But I can't.
Yeah. So I have broken out the timeline for you. So between the hours of 3:30 a.m. and 4:18 a.m. So at approximately 5:50 a.m., nearly an hour before Missy's arrival, the suspect was first captured on internal surveillance cameras inside the church. The individual entered the building through a side door that did not have an active alarm system. The suspect's appearance was jarring. They were clad from head to toe in tactical gear, including a heavy vest emblazoned with the word police in reflective letters. A black helmet, tactical gloves, protective padding on the arms and the legs. So for approximately half an hour, the suspect roamed the hallways of the church. The surveillance footage depicts the individual using a pry bar to break glass windows and smash through door frames. This behavior has been characterized by analysts as either an attempt to stage a burglary or a high arousal hunting phase where the perpetrator was checking for other occupants or familiarizing themselves with the building's layout.
I don't like that at all. That's diabolical.
I know. Despite this vandalism, nothing of value was removed from the church. The suspect appeared to move with a distinct, labored gait. So Missy arrived at the church at about 4:18 a.m. She parked her truck near the entrance and she began her routine task of transporting her exercise equipment, including weights and mats, into the building. Unreleased surveillance footage reportedly shows Missy walking through the hallways entirely unaware that an armed intruder was already present in the structure.
Ugh.
The exact point of intersection between Missy and the suspect has not been publicly disclosed by the Midlothian Police Department to preserve investigative integrity. However, it is believed that the encounter occurred shortly after she entered the building. The suspect, already armed with tools used to vandalize, so a hammer and the pry bar, engaged Missy in a violent confrontation. The homicide was swift and brutal, and it was all on film. Missy was found with several puncture wounds to her head and chest. Forensic analysis determined that these injuries were consistent with the tools the suspect was carrying throughout the building, specifically the hammer and pry bar. The cause of death was officially ruled as blunt force trauma. So following the attack, the suspect exited the building. However, very conveniently, the church's exterior cameras were non-functional on that morning. The suspect's departure route and vehicle remain a matter of significant investigative interest, but lack definitive visual confirmation. The discovery of the crime scene happened at about 5 a.m. by an arriving student, triggered an immediate and intensive law enforcement response. Upon arrival, Midlothian police officers found Missy deceased and noted several anomalies that immediately pointed away from a standard burglary. In a typical burglary, high-value personal items are the first to be taken, clearly. In this instance, Missy's purse, iPad, and wedding ring were all left undisturbed at the scene. Furthermore, the church itself had not been robbed of its equipment or funds. This lack of theft strongly suggested that the vandalism was a staging tactic intended to mislead investigators, or that the primary objective of the incursion was always the target assassination of Missy Bevers.
Also, like, it's very rare that there's like, I know burglary's gone wrong is a thing and it does happen, but it is rare because mostly burglars do not want to be seen. And that's why they're doing it in under the cover of night or whatever, darkness. And especially like, okay, if you do come across somebody who's unexpectedly there, and I don't mean this or don't take this the wrong way, but it's like you have a man in full tactical gear and then a woman, so you could easily just dodge her. And I mean, what are the chances that she's going to recognize you if you're in full tactical gear?
And you know what, Missy had like a very like she did this all the time. Like this was her routine, was to come and teach this boot camp, whether it was usually outside or inside. Like anybody that was going to rob a place, they usually case it out beforehand and they would have known that she's there.
Yes.
Like she would be there. So it seems a little, anyways, it does seem a little bit like, it does not seem at all like it was a burglary. Yeah. Let's just say that. The investigation was immediately hampered by technological deficits. While the internal cameras were functioning, the exterior surveillance, as I said, was inoperable on the morning of the murder. This meant that while the suspect's movements inside were well documented, the vehicle, the escape route, everything was not captured. Additionally, the failure of the alarm system on the side door suggests either a maintenance oversight by the church or specific knowledge on the part of the perpetrator.
Hold on. This was at a church, right?
This was at a church.
So can't we just pray to God that he tells us the answer of who this was?
We could try. Not sure he's going to answer.
Sorry.
But that's my personal opinion.
Freedom. I'm sorry. Read it and weep, motherfuckers.
Okay. That was the cutest little giggle. Thank you.
On that one too.
Oh my God. Stop. I feel very cute today. I think it's the Zach Baggins.
Cutest Zach Baggins.
No, I'm gonna be the cutest Zach Baggins for Halloween, guys. I'm gonna be cuter with
What's a female version of the name Zach? What's a feminine version of that? Zachary. I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So the surveillance footage remains the most scrutinized piece of evidence in the case. Law enforcement and forensic consultants have analyzed every frame to develop a physical profile of the killer. So here we go. So you said something earlier that I'm now gonna address, but the suspect exhibited a highly distinctive gait, so a manner of walking. They appeared to walk slowly, sometimes steadying themselves against the wall. Like, it's very strange. They kind of look drunk. Yeah. With a noticeable sway or outward turn of their feet, particularly the right foot. Investigators initially suspected this might be a physical disability.
He got a stank ass right foot.
Later analysis to suggest it could have been a temporary injury or an artifact of the heavy, ill-fitting tactical gear. Because it was obvious that the tactical gear didn't quite fit this person.
Aw, he was playing dress up.
So the gender of the suspect remains a point of contention. While every report suggests a male suspect, the feminine sway of the hips and the relatively short stature, so they were estimated between 5'2" and 5'7", led police to state that they cannot rule out that it was a female perpetrator.
Oh my God. That would be like you dressing like Zach Baggins and committing crimes and being like, it was Zach, but no, it wasn't.
Yeah. I am so sick of the rumors.
I know. All the rumors.
People suggesting that I killed Zach Bagans.
There's one, there's two, there's three, and the list goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, oh my gosh, she's crazy. Anyways, the gear worn by the suspect was analyzed to determine the origin. The police vest and helmet were determined to be generic rather than specific to any local or federal agency. This suggests that the equipment was likely acquired through a surplus store, an online retailer, or was stolen from a private owner. The choice of gear was functionally effective for the crime. It provided head-to-toe concealment, included a helmet that obscured the face, even from high angles, and would have offered protection against any defensive struggle by the victim. Yeah. Again, so if your motive is a robbery, usually you have a little bit of experience in that, and you're going to dress light because you know there's a possibility you might be running. Like,
so what are you robbing from a church?
Maybe I don't, maybe not. I'm not a robber, so I don't know. But I feel like I would dress light because I would anticipate for having to make a quick escape. And again, yeah, church. Like, what are you going to
the donation basket, like the Eucharist, the wine,
the Bible,
the blood of God,
the wine, yeah, the body of Christ,
the body of Christ. Amen.
Oh boy.
The blood.
You could tell we don't go to church on Sundays. Or do you?
No.
Okay, I was going to say, are you a closet churchgoer?
Oh my God.
Given the lack of physical evidence at the church, investigators turned their focus to Missy's digital life. Executing.
Let's get digital.
That's great, actually. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. It used to be a commercial.
Yeah.
With what's her fucking name?
I don't know.
What's the woman's fucking name who played Sandra Dee in Grease?
Oh, Sharon Stone?
No. No. Some Australian woman. Not some, like she's pretty famous. But anyways.
Yeah. You know what? I just want to take a sidebar here for a minute because I've been I've been reminiscing a lot about the good old days. And I even stuff as simple as watching commercials. I don't watch cable anymore.
Yeah.
And I personally, I'm not going to say that actually because anyways.
I mean, I stream and I get commercials now.
Yeah, I do
commercials
too.
on everything, but they're not the same. It's not the same. And you can skip them after a certain amount of time.
It's usually just movie commercials, not like Dentine Ice.
I get those on what I watch.
Fresh Maker,
yeah.
You know?
Juicy fruit is gonna move ya.
I love
Juicy taste, it gets right through ya.
We should do an episode on old commercials.
We should.
I love it. That could be
yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to you guys on that one.
Forgot about that.
I know. I have not forgotten. It's always on my mind.
Yeah.
One of the most significant. Oh wait, did I miss? Given the lack of blah 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 blah. So they got search warrants for her electronic devices and social media accounts. One of the most significant digital leads involved a LinkedIn message Missy had received less than 3 days before her murder. This message has never been made public knowledge. I could not find it and nobody else can find it. It was just noted by investigators that she had received this message 3 days before her murder, that she had shown it to a friend and both had agreed that the content was creepy and strange. I mean,
we don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. I tried to find it. I'm
couldn't
sorry.
hold back evidence. Hey,
the sender wasn't. That's probably part of the integrity of the case too, right?
Yes, and we understand that. And we're not saying we're nosy. That's all.
Yeah,
we're just nosy.
Somebody's going around telling them what that message said. That's highly suspicious. Just saying. The sender was an unknown male. Despite exhaustive efforts to trace the origin of the message, its connection to the murder remains a subject of investigation, as it could have been a random occurrence or a direct precursor to the stalking that preceded the attack. Warrants also revealed that Missy was engaged in a flirtatious and familiar conversations with another individual on LinkedIn from January 2016 until her death.
Okay, I was just going to say LinkedIn is like a dating platform now. Holy smokes.
Police identified 8 target numbers that had been in frequent contact with Missy. These numbers belonged to relatives, friends, and other fitness instructors. While many of these individuals were initially considered persons of interest, investigators later stated that their alibis had largely checked out, though they remained part of a broader evidentiary pool. The investigation into Missy's the Bevers marriage was a standard but necessary component of the homicide probe. Surprise, this wasn't the first step they took, because this is usually the first. The first suspect is usually the intimate partner. So search warrants for cell phone records reveal a domestic environment under considerable strain. Text messages between Missy and Brandon confirmed ongoing financial and marital struggles. These documents also pointed to intimate personal relationships external to their marriage. In the context of criminal profiling, such factors are frequently present in domestic homicides or cases where a third party is hired or motivated to commit violence due to perceived betrayal or financial gain. Brandon Bevers' movements on the morning of April 18th were a primary focus. He was in Biloxi, Mississippi, for an annual fishing trip.
Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Midlothian investigators worked to confirm this alibi, eventually reaching a state of absolute confirmation regarding his whereabouts. Despite the confirmed alibi, Brandon remained a figure of public interest and scrutiny, which he countered by maintaining a cooperative relationship with the police and giving several public interviews to plea for information. But that means nothing. Do we not remember the case of Lisa Freyhout in Lethbridge, who murdered her mom in Lethbridge? She did that like press conference where she was like, anybody with information, please come forward. Anyways.
Cry.
It was awful. Yeah. So beyond the suspect in the church, another vehicle became a focal point of the investigation. Cameras at an SWFA outdoors, a sporting goods store located near the church, captured a light color, possibly silver, 2010 to 2012 Nissan Altima. The vehicle pulled into the SWFA parking lot at approximately 2 a.m. on the morning of the murder. The driver was observed driving slowly, cycling their headlights on and off, and remaining in the lot for several minutes before departing. Investigators had clarified that they do not necessarily believe the occupant of the Altima was a killer. Rather, they believe the individual may have been in the area at a critical time and could have witnessed the suspect's vehicle or movements. So,
and then just for no reason at all, drawing immense attention to themselves by flicking their lights on and off.
Absolutely, yeah. So as of today, the driver of this vehicle has never been identified, representing a significant missed opportunity for the investigators. In the weeks following the murder of Missy, though, public suspicion was further inflamed by a search warrant involving Randy Bevers, Missy's father-in-law, so Brandon's father. The warrant revealed that 4 days after the murder, Randy Bevers brought a blood-stained shirt to a local dry cleaner. This timing, combined with the extreme violence of the crime, led to immediate speculation. Randy Bevers provided an explanation, though. The blood was from 2 dogs that had been fighting at his home.
How convenient.
Forensic analysis performed by the Midlothian Police Department confirmed the absence of human blood.
Okay.
And the presence of canine DNA. Okay. So furthermore, Randy Bevers' alibi that he was traveling in California at the time of the murder was verified by investigators.
Okay, Randy, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Sorry, bud there, yeah.
But you have,
Yeah, so the highly
Megan led me on.
I did, because that is fucking weird, don't you think? Like, oh, your daughter-in-law was murdered, but I have this bloody shirt I need dry clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sus.
So the physical evidence from the autopsy provided a window into the nature of the offender. The Dallas County Medical Examiner's Office completed the autopsy on April 19th, 2016. That's the following day. Many of the details remain sealed to this day. The puncture wounds to the head and the chest were distinctive. The fact that they were consistent with the tools that had been seen in the suspect's hands on the surveillance, like for surveillance footage, the hammer and the pry bar, suggests a level of personal rage or a level of overkill and extreme violence. In a criminology terms, this often identifies as a high degree of personal rage.
Yeah.
Or a calculated effort to ensure the victim's demise through blunt and sharp force trauma.
No, I think it's personal.
It's personal rage. While the exact position of her body has not been released, police have stated that the scene appeared intended to look like a burglary gone wrong. This suggested the perpetrator was sophisticated and forensic aware and had forensic awareness. Someone who understands that investigators will look for a motive like theft and thus attempts to provide a false one through the vandalism of the church.
Without taking anything.
Yeah, you missed a very important step in your attempt to make it look like a burglary.
Yeah.
I mean...
Also, it's a church.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure what you're going to burglarize
all
in a
that
church.
Trouble, murdered a person, you would probably still try and take at least something.
Because now they're dead. So now you can be like, fuck, yes, now I can rummage through the sleeve of Jesus crackers.
Yeah.
And pocket a few.
And drink some wine. I meant blood of the Christ.
Blood of the Christ. Amen. Amen, sister. God bless.
Because I don't want to laugh.
God bless us, everyone.
Oh my God. The Midlothian Police Department, recognizing the complexity of the case, has engaged in extensive interagency collaborations. So they have also reached out to the Texas Rangers. They provided investigative support and forensic resources from the outset.
No, I need to write that down because that's going on a shirt.
Investigated.
Crime scene investigator.
I love it.
TM. Investigated. Crime. This pen sucks. Crime.
That'll be homebrew gear.
Holy what is wrong tonight?
I don't know.
Crime scene. Investigator. We're just guessing here, guys. We just guessing. We're guesstimating.
I love it.
Holy fuck. That was pure gold, Megan. High five. Yes.
It's been a while since we've had a good shirt idea. What was the last one? Bestie. There was something involving.
The last one I remember was Kowabble-weighted.
There was one about besties and
Bestie and besties?
Besties and bestiesers? I don't know. Anyways, they also reached out to the FBI, so the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They insisted with
investigation.
They assisted with the digital forensics, suspect profiling, yay, and national database searches. The Texas Department of Public Safety, so the DPS, they assisted with surveillance video construction and gate analysis. The Ellis County District Attorney's Office provided legal support for the dozens of search warrants executed. The department has resisted labeling the case cold, even after 10 years, to maintain momentum. They added a retired federal agent to the team specifically to focus on Missy's investigation. A new criminal investigation division commander with homicide experience was also brought in to provide a fresh set of eyes on the existing evidence. The murder of Missy Bevers left a profound void in the Midlothian community and significantly impacted her family. Renee Rodden and Crystal Lawson, friends and former co-workers of Missy, launched the True Crime Broads podcast. Their goal was to prevent the case from fading from public memory and to serve as a platform for new tips.
Get it, girls?
They have held rallies and community tip drives, particularly around the anniversary of the murder of Missy's birthdays.
Those are good friends.
I know. I hope that if I were to be murdered, I would have a friend.
I would investigate your murder.
That would investigate.
I would investigate it so hard.
For 10 plus years.
For 10 plus years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would also invest in guesstimate.
Yeah,
guesstimate.
You say
guesstimate? A guess?
You say saying it wrong. When you say saying it wrong. I'm dead.
I think we're a little tired today.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes.
At least I look like
saying it wrong.
wrong.
I don't even know how to say that right.
Oh my goodness.
Zach Bagans.
I'm actually crying.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
My cheeks hurt.
Okay.
We're good.
Missy's family has had to deal with not only the loss of a mother and wife, but also with the intense scrutiny on social media. Brandon Bevers has spoken about the pain of seeing internet sleuths make false accusations against his family members. Despite this, the family has remained vocal in their quest for justice, expressing hope that someone with information will eventually come forward as relationships and situations change over time. As the case approaches the 10th anniversary in August of 2026, the investigation has entered a new phase, characterized by the use of advanced technologies. So the Midlothian police confirmed in 2025 and in early 2026 that they are utilizing new forensic technology and evolving forensic tools to reprocess the evidence. This includes data analysis, so re-examining digital footprints using modern algorithms to find connections previously missed. AI integration, exploring the use of artificial intelligence to analyze surveillance footage and cross-reference the thousands of tips they received. Genetic genealogy. While not explicitly confirmed, the advanced technology mentioned often refers to the use of forensic genetic genealogy to identify suspects from trace DNA, a method that has solved numerous cold cases in recent years, as we know. Some that were like, people were starting to think we're never going to get solved, like I always go back to East Area rapist. Recently, we had the Texas killing fields.
Right. Yep. And do her friends,
and hopefully, the West Memphis 3 by the end of this year. Fingers crossed. It's been confirmed that the testing is in, and that we should get answers towards the mid to end of 2020. Well, I guess we're in the mid 2026 now, end of 2026. So keep you posted on that one.
So do her friends who run this true crime podcast, what are their thoughts? What are they like? What do they think?
They're trying to remain neutral.
Okay.
For the most part. But
so they haven't noticed, they never noticed anybody on her social media or anything like that. That seems
just that strange message that she got on LinkedIn, and that, I mean, she was engaged in some flirtatious relationships that obviously are being looked at, of course, because obviously when infidelity is or I'm going to call it infidelity. It's not confirmed that it is. Maybe they were aware.
Right.
Like sometimes couples give each other passes. Like who knows? I'm not sure. But us really becomes a main focal point because like, and also like, it's just strange. It is strange. But I think it's safe to say that her husband was not involved in the actual murder. Whether like, and I highly doubt he hired somebody that was like that, like you can watch the video online. You can go on YouTube on here. If you're watching us on YouTube, just Google it afterwards. You can actually watch the videos and it is weird. The person looks really like out of place and like it's very obvious that the uniform doesn't fit. There's a couple of parts where they're leaning against the wall, kind of like they're injured or drunk. Like it's very bizarre. Like this person was not a hired killer. Let's just say that. And if they were a very amateur hired killer. The department continues to receive leads on a daily basis, totaling over 3,000 to date. In the last year alone, more than 100 leads from all over the world have been reviewed. A substantial reward of $150,000 remains available for information leading to an arrest and conviction. The Midlothian Police Department's official position is that the case is active and fluid. They emphasize that no one has been ruled out as a suspect, a standard investigative stance that keeps all potential avenues open until a definitive arrest is made. The homicide of Missy Bevers is a case defined by its contradictions: a public figure murdered in a private church, a suspect who is highly visible on camera yet remains identified, and a crime scene that suggests a robbery while leaving all valuables behind. The perpetrator's profile suggests the individual with a high level of premeditation and a degree of narcissism or psychological detachment. The choice of tactical gear served as a uniform of violence, providing both physical protection and a sense of authority. The vandalism period before the murder indicates a person who felt comfortable in the space and was willing to spend significant time there.
Well, she's a child of God, or he.
Despite the risk of detection. This comfort suggests the offender may have a personal connection to the church, the community, or the victim's routine, which I also believe because of the fact that they knew exactly which door to go to and that the door was unsecured.
But then they also said that
didn't work.
Perhaps they were going around and doing all this thing to suss the place out to get a feel for the layout too.
Right.
So it's hard to say, but it does sound like somebody who's like somebody who felt like
when you're
that Missy did her wrong, or because I feel like it's a woman.
I do too. We'll watch the video after this and you guys can go online and watch it as well.
But and it just feels like this misplaced anger and jealousy. Like if, for example, if she was flirting with this guy on LinkedIn and one of his partners, or it could be somebody in his office that's trying to win his affection and she's getting in the way and she's beautiful and she's this fitness instructor and blah, blah, blah. Like the possibilities are endless.
It's totally not unheard of. Like I'm going to take you back to a case that you covered that I also wrote. But never got to the case of what was her? Carrie Farver. Carrie Farver. I actually listened to a podcast the other day about that.
I did too, actually.
And again, we he was in a relationship with somebody new. This guy was in a relationship with somebody new. His previous partner that he went on a few dates with and decided wasn't working out with ended up killing her. But nobody knew because she was like sending text messages from her phone to herself and to him for a long period of time, pretending that she was him and that she was like stalking him and whatever. They never found her, by the way.
No.
But she's obviously been murdered and she is no longer with us. But it happens, right? Like she was jealous that this guy she was dating had a new partner.
Yeah.
So she killed her, and it was really, she went to extreme measures.
Yeah, she went to this guy's house to grab a few things that she forgot because she spent the night before or something, and then he had this other woman there, and he's like, "Oh, this is fucking awkward," and then that's when it all spiraled out. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't tell you.
He went away to work one day, and like she was the new girlfriend was staying at the murdered Carrie is the murdered one. Yeah. She was staying at his house, and they had a pretty like they were not.
I don't know if it's Carrie that's the murdered one. I feel like Carrie
think
Farver
Liz is the
Carrie Farver is the crazy one. Is she not?
I think it's with a C. That's okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Christy covered this.
Carrie Fabre.
I think it's Carrie with a C. Carrie Farver.
Carry. Been a while. Yeah. It was an Iowa woman who vanished. Oh no, Carrie is.
Yeah, Carrie Farver is the new girlfriend. Liz was the killer.
Yeah,
was it?
That's
Liz?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Oh.
Guys, that was so long ago. But anyways, the episode's not about her, but I just want to clear up that
Liz, yeah.
Okay, Carrie Farver is the victim in that case that we covered.
So Carrie stayed the night at this guy Dave's house. And he went off to work, and they had like a pretty open relationship. Like they were not exclusive. They were not, she just stayed at the house because he had to rush off to work. And while he's at work, he gets a text from her asking him to move in with her. And he was like, that's really weird. Like, we've only been dating a couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. Like, absolutely not. Like, we've talked about this. That's not going to happen. She responded with some like angry messages, and then she was gone. Then he starts getting these like texts from her stalking him and threatening him. And he ends up reconnecting with Liz, who was a former girlfriend of his. And they end up sharing this like big trauma bond over these texts and stuff from this Carrie girl, to the point where Liz's house gets burnt down with her animals in it. No, they did not survive. And then at the end, there's a big twist. It was never Carrie.
It was Liz.
Carrie is nowhere to, like, nobody knows where Carrie is. Liz did something to Carrie, and we still don't know where she is. But my point is that like, it's not unheard of for a partner of somebody that is engaged in a relationships outside of a marriage to resort to violence like that. So it could very well be a female, and based on the analysis, it sounds like it might be. Like, crazy though. But the path to solving this case likely lies in the interaction of digital forensics and community courage. While the physical evidence at the scene was limited, the digital trail, including the creepy LinkedIn messages and the marital stressors, remains a fertile ground for discovery as data recovery technology improves. The Midlothian Police Department's commitment to reprocessing evidence with AI and advanced forensic tools in 2026 demonstrates a refusal to let the case go cold. As relationships change and the weight of a 10-year secret becomes heavier, the likelihood increases that a witness or associate of the killer will provide the one piece of missing information needed for an arrest. Until that time, this case remains a somber mystery, reflecting the enduring quest for justice in the heart of North Texas. There you have it.
And Megan has spent years collecting evidence that ghosts exist.
Me and my team.
With no real camera crews following us around.
I don't remember the intro right now. My brain is gone.
So fried. You guys, this is a fried episode.
This is. And we're so sorry. We were not laughing at anything to do with this case. We are just overtired. We are exhausted. And we are very warm right now because these are very hot. And it's like 25 degrees.
I do not have freedom right now. But like, and that's another thing too, is we do want to be... We do the banter and we make the jokes, and no, we're not comedians or anything like that. We sing the songs because we have ADHD, whether we're diagnosed or undiagnosed. Undiagnosed. And like, it's just, these are dark stories, and in no way, shape or form do we mean to disrespect
the
victims
not.
of this case or anything like that, or any of the cases that we cover.
No.
This is why we do this, is because like I've never heard of this. So thank you for bringing that up. But
and you know what? The more eyes on a case, especially one like this that is unsolved, despite you not being in the town, not having access to any of the information, this is a very digital, very digital world.
So anything could come up on TikTok, Instagram.
And somebody might see something that somebody else can't. So if
LinkedIn,
we can get just one or two people to go down that rabbit hole that we go down, it could help. And that's why we do what we do.
We like holes.
We do like holes.
Big juicy holes. You can find us on YouTube at Homebrew Murder Crew. And that's where you will find our video and understand
what's going on. Visually. What is going on right
now. You can also
find us on Facebook and Instagram at Homebrew Murder Crew as well.
And you can email us at homebrewmurdercrew@gmail.com. Also, please like this episode. Give it 5 stars, whatever, rate it on whatever platform you're listening on. It helps for some reason, but anything is great.
Anything helps, yeah.
Thanks for being here. And
thank you.
I'm getting heartburn now, so.
Yeah, I think we'll wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening to my episode. And until next time,
don't murder people in the house of God. The lies.
People in white face. Comedians in white face.
And Candace Owens. Motherfucking Owens.
Accusing me of murdering
my
wine. Good night, everybody.
Guilty. Bye.